Sammy?
Miami.
You mean your Ammy?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo hookers?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo hunkers?
Oh, I beg your pardon. Hoboken.
Hoboken. Oh, well, Mr. Conductor, I want to go to Hot Town.
Hot Town?
Yes, sir.
That's the last stop.
Last
All aboard.
All right, sir.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. What's with this music? Why we got the music on? Take the music off. Hey, everybody, how are ya? We'll see what Chat Rat's doing. Chat Rat, you with us this morning? Almost there.
Tethercat said 3-4.
Looks good to me. Hey, everyone. Let's go and play some Space Taxi. I guess I gotta load the game up, don't I? Whoops. Boy, I bet that music would come in handy now, wouldn't it? Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you're just tuning in, this is a fine oiled machine. This is all about professionalism. There. Space Taxi. There's nothing but professionalism on a Tethercat stream. There's no scuff on a Sunday morning. 10 a.m. Scuff is just something that they tell you, fiction, that they tell you in school. How y'all doing? Yikes. Jinkies. That's not good. Oh. Well, I hope all of you are awake now. Wait, why can't I? Preferences, joysticks, settings, joystick. This game never records joystick. Input devices, joystick. Joystick controller 2, close. Whoa! No, 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 no. Welcome aboard, everyone. If you're just tuning in, my name is Tethercat, and we are nothing but professionalism in this stream. Sunday morning stream. What the hell are we even doing? We're not awake, so we're taking morning shift. Hi. Bet you thought this would be a fun stream. How are you guys doing? Man, and now my Tethercat model isn't blinking correctly. You notice this isn't, you notice how I'm not blinking? Alright, give me a second here. I gotta recalibrate my screen. Blinking. Here we go. That did literally nothing. I recalibrated everything and it literally did nothing. Well, it does seem to have fixed the blinking. Man, I'm tired. Yeah, maybe that's too much. Maybe my ring... You know what, that's probably it. My ring light was way up too much. I don't put the ring light directly in my face. It's way too bright. So instead I've turned it on and I just kind of shine it upward and I catch a little bit of its edge. Catch too much and you get way too much glow. Man, bet you guys didn't think about this when you were all, yay, the Tethercat stream is so informative. Yeah, no. What's going on with that? Let's get rid of that. Should I? Alright, let's tempt fate here. Let's see if we can get the... Let's see if we can get the Twitch throwing initiative system. Oh, I don't even have it installed. I haven't even installed the TITS on this system. Oh well. I'll put that on my to-do list. Pad 1. I made a coffee. I have a coffee beside me, that's good. It's the little victories in life. So, I make homemade bread. And I figured out how to make variable sized slices in my loaf. The problem is that, and you'll find this with regular pieces of bread as well, you'll find that sometimes you just end up with 3 pieces. And hear me out here, this is where I'm going with this. 2 pieces of bread make a sandwich. 2 pieces of bread make a sandwich. Translation, Chan, wake up. 2 pieces of bread make a... Okay, you know what? Translation, Chan is having none of this. So, anyways, my point is... Sometimes you end up with 3 pieces of bread. And it's difficult to make a sandwich. So, what I've done, yesterday what I did, was I took those 3 pieces of bread and I tossed them into the toaster oven. On one side of one piece of bread, I put butter. On one side of the very opposite piece of bread, I put jam. I think it was raspberry jam. So I've got butter and I've got jam on 2 slices. What I did was, on that middle slice, I put a whack of peanut butter. And then I placed that on top of the jam. And then I put another huge dollop of peanut butter on the flip side of that middle piece. So, I had a double-decker peanut butter sandwich the other day. And it was glorious. It was so good. I almost made one for you guys. And then I ate it. I ate the whole thing up. Translation Chan does not like me saying the word ate. Translation Chan does not like saying the word Chan. It is Sunday morning for Translation Chan. I think we can all forgive Translation Chan. Didn't I kill this guy before? I'm pretty sure that's a family member. Speaking of which, happy Mother's Day. For those of you celebrating Mother's Day. Beanstalk skip. Beanstalk skip. Crud.
Greed underscore 1914 said scaredy cat.
Scaredy cat. What, doesn't have Twitch have a taxi emote? Good morning, Greed. Scaredy cat. That's actually a emote, is it? Huh. Well, suppose we're gonna make use of that, aren't we? I'm tired. After I was done last night's little experiment, what did I do? I made food. I can't even remember what food I made. I just made some. Oh, I made those cheeseburgers. I made some really sloppy cheeseburgers. Sat down and I watched Andor, which surprisingly, for a Star Wars movie about technology, this surprised me. For a Star Wars show about technology, there were no logic gates in Andor. They didn't face off against any villains named Zor. No. There was no space aliens named X-Nor. I was disappointed. There were several logic gates missing from Andor. Zero out of 10. Worst hacking show ever. Anyway, so I watched it and I didn't care for it. It was boring. The cheeseburgers were better than the TV show. Yay. Oh, this is bad. Go, 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 go. Oh. Get in, get in, get in. This coffee is good. I have coffee next to me, and it's Ethiopian dark roast. This coffee is an Ethiopian dark roast. And I've put flavored coffee mate into it. The flavor is mint.
Greed_1914 said, and here I thought I knew how to play Pong.
Yeah. Apparently what you gotta do is be the size of the ball. And then try dodging the ball. It's more dodgeball than it is Pong. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You know about as much about playing Pong as I do about operating a taxi. You know what's funny? A friend of mine contacted me and said, "Hey, next week are you available with your car?" And I said, "Yeah. Would you mind doing me a favor and driving me to a location and dropping me off if you're available?" And I said, "Well, let me take a look at my schedule." So yeah, I am available, and I'm going to drive my friend out to a destination. And because I live the bachelor life and my car's a mess, if you've ever known any bachelor, car's a mess. I've got to make space. So next week I'm going to be living the space taxi fantasy, everybody. Whoops. Whoa. Whoa. Don't know what was going on there, but that's fine.
Greed_1914 said, I hope your friend asks to go to pad 3.
Me too. If she does, I'm going to laugh so incredibly hard. You know, I've tried to get her out on the stream. I've tried to get her out to a couple of the games. I said, she was one of the very first people. I said, listen, I'm this blue cat. Why don't you... Wait, how's that work? Wait a minute. I gotta go up through 3. I said, listen, I'm a blue cat. Why don't you, come and join me in fun and games and festivities and frivolity? She said, nah, not for her. But I have tried to get her out on occasions to various crime and punishment streams and a whole bunch of stuff. Just hasn't taken onto it yet. Oh, thank God. I hate this level. Yay, music. Dun, 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 dun. This music rocks hard. That music has no... Whoa, check this out. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, that's... Holy shit, you guys... Sorry about that. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Here we go. Sleepy cat. Well, wonders never cease to amaze me. Okay. Actually, I'm going to hit mute. And let's go visit that again. You guys can't hear it, but my ears are being bombarded. Cool, so we got... What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8th place. I tell you, now, maybe it's just me, but if I ever meet these plates...
1914 said, why name yourself when Cabby1 is such a unique name?
Cabby1. I know, right? Cabby Cat. If I ever meet these plates, I'm gonna, like, shank them in an alleyway. And then I'll be top spot. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just shank them in an alleyway. You know, I remember I was fighting to get this one here. Even with Beanstalk Skip, I was trying to get this one here. What that means to me is that here, over on this one, like, I can only imagine that this guy was drinking the 1984 equivalent of energy drinks and was just screaming at his Commodore 64, come on! Come on! And that's how he got $120 better than me. Because I was fighting for this one. I remember that. This was my best run, and it was damn near flawless, and I only got 776. This guy was just like... I can't even fathom this. This is why I'm going to shank them in an alleyway if I see them. Remember, friends, we don't condone violence on this stream. Anyway, I'm going to play Space Taxi and see if I'm going to kill anyone. Let's go to intermediate. Whoa, shit. Translation Chan was surprised too, didn't even register the whoa shit. Translation Chan is just having the toughest time, isn't it? Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not good, that's not good, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. I think it's this level specifically that makes me wonder who lives here.
Greed_1914 said, I hope the need to dodge turrets makes rent cheaper here.
Precisely. I don't get this vibe when I'm on the other levels. When I'm on the other levels, I'm not thinking, oh wow, that's a nice place to live. I think it's a dangerous place to live, but I don't think it's a bad place. But this place here, This is the first level that I encounter where I think, wow, rent. And you can tell they're not homeowners. Like, you can tell this person didn't purchase this area. They're renting. If we go by the process of elimination for morning shift, intermediate shift, and evening shift, then it makes sense that the easiest levels in morning shift are the rich neighborhoods. They're the rich planets. Because these are, these are treacherous. So I can only imagine that evening shift would be the slums. Not good, not good. Get in. Not good. Not good. I should have worn my heart rate monitor for this. I'm actually ramped up and jazzed. I'm locked in. Which is very rare for me. Very rare. Oh man, I am making some pixel perfect reflexes here. Translation Chan doesn't know what I'm doing, but I sure do. Wow. I'm doing okay. Of course, that's always the detritus of my downfall. Wow, I'm doing awesome. And I inevitably die. Go down, go down, go down, go down. So we got a beautiful spring day outside. I'm thinking of pulling out my bicycle and filling the tires with air, greasing up the chain, getting my bike all summer ready. You know what I did is a couple of years ago, I went out and purchased some bike shorts, cycling shorts, shorts for cycling. And it's weird because they have this big ass padded ass. Like it's the type of shorts that the Beastie Boys wore in the Hey Ladies video. Just these gigantic padded butt cheek shorts for cycling. And I suppose it's to protect the butt from long bike rides. But man, I tell you, it's kind of silly. So I might have to put those on today. I might have to wear those. And then I'll take my pasty-ass chicken legs. Maybe go for a ride. Yay, it's pad 1, yay. Why look, it's my favorite level, Black Hole. I hate this level. Oh. That was a hard landing. But hey, any landing you can walk away from. Oh. That was some righteous bullshit, that was. Oh. No.
Greed underscore 1914 said, what are the consequences for squashing a customer?
Well, the obvious consequence is they die, and that's not good for repeat business. The in-game consequences is that A, you've lost fuel. B, you've lost tip money. Actually, no, you haven't lost tip money. You haven't picked them up. Oh, please. But, and if you kill them while they're in the car, then you lose a car. Why is it always pad 1? I hate this game. Oh. And I'm using an Xbox controller. Back in the day, I remember playing this with the old Commodore 64 controller, aka a joystick. It was singular. It had a gigantic hand grip, vertical, and one button. Oh, you son of a bitch. Let's do a hydration check.
Tethercat said hydration check. Tethercat said hydration check.
No.
Greed underscore 1914 said HS cheers.
Thank you. So, yeah, we used to play with like this janky ass joystick. But here I am. I'm using my Xbox PC controller. It's weird that they call it a controller. I mean, I've seen places call it a game pad. You know, it would have been fine if I left my landing gear down. Yeah, back then they were just joysticks. Whoa. I hate this game. I remember the day that I picked up a Sega Master System. No, wait. What did I get? You know what? I never owned a Sega Master System, but I did purchase a I did purchase a joystick for a Sega Master System. And it came with a vertical mounted joystick, but it actually came with 2 buttons. And the port was the same for the Sega Master System as it was for the Commodore 64. It was a 9-pin port. So I plugged the Sega Master System joystick into the Commodore 64 port, and it worked. I was very happy. And then later on, I got a Sega Genesis, also known as the Sega Master Drive, or Mega Drive. And I purchased this Sega Genesis, and I learned that it also carried the 9-pin port. So I loaded up Sonic the Hedgehog. And I plugged in my Commodore 64 joystick. With 1 button. And I learned that I could play Sonic the Hedgehog with 1 button, but I couldn't do everything in Sonic the Hedgehog with 1 button. I couldn't start the game. There was no start button on the Commodore 64. There was just 1 button. And that pretty much ended the entire fiasco of me plugging in Commodore 64 joysticks into other video game consoles. But it was a fun experiment for 1990. That's not good. I can't remember if I got my Genesis in 90 or in 91. I remember I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog and listening to Pearl Jam and Temple of the Dog. So we can make of that what we can. And I remember... Oh, that's not good. And I remember playing Final Fantasy to Soundgarden. Final Fantasy 1 I played with Soundgarden. Oh, coffee. Whoa. I went to go make a recipe yesterday morning. I was ambitious. I was going to make some bran muffins. Have some bran muffins as part of my breakfast. So I got out the bran muffin mix. Got it all up. Pulled out my mixing bowl, pulled out my whisker. I didn't pull out my whiskers, I just pulled out my whisker. Got it all set up, got it all ready. And then I read the instructions on the mixing bowl. I read the instructions. And it said, oh, so you want to make some bran muffins? Well, you're going to need some of this muffin mix. You're going to need some water. Oh, and you're also going to need eggs. It's like, eggs? I don't have any eggs. What kind of society can afford eggs? So So I put my mixing bowl away, and I put the bran muffin mix away. But I drank the water that I had poured. It was a failed attempt. Eggs. Seriously, who can afford eggs? Do I look like one of those rich coastal elites? No. Eggs. It's a poor society that depends on eggs to eat muffins these days. It's a conspiracy by Big Chicken.
Greet_1914 said eggs have gotten better here. Now it's milk that is out of sight.
Really? I still use skim milk for anything I do with milk. It's funny, I will drink the flavored creamer in my coffee, which is obviously not skim milk. It's, it's a cream. But for anything other than my coffee, I will drink skim milk or like 0%, 1%. Whatever the lowest percent that comes with a percentage for milk, that's what I usually have. And inevitably, almost all of it goes to waste. I drink very little milk. And very little of what I cook with requires milk. I'm trying to think of what I use to make a milk. The only thing I really use for milk is tuna helper. I do love me some pasta with some tuna helper. So I'll usually pour in like a very small amount of milk in with that. But then the rest goes to waste, because I just don't drink milk. Because I barely drink milk, I don't know what the price of milk is as compared to other prices of milk. Whoa. But it's good to hear that your egg prices have gone down. I consider eggs to be more of a value product than milk. Eggs are a source of good protein. But milk, I mean, You can get your dairy from, like, cheese or something, you know? Is dairy really necessary? Butter's good. When I'm baking bread, butter is great. But, yeah, milk, I don't know. I definitely consider eggs to be more of an essential. It's amazing I don't have nightmares about this game.
Tethercat said, clip. Tethercat said, clip.
I don't know if that works or not. We'll see if that works. I've never actually used a clip function, but I figured that was worthy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not good, not good. I'd have to go back to beginner. This is just way too tough for me. I was doing better when I was asleep. Somehow I woke up and I've been steadily decreasing. What's the opposite of sundowning? This game, I swear. I hate this game. I'm trying to think of all the chores that I need to complete for today, and I don't think I really have any big chores. I've made my bread, I've done my dishes. I should be good. I've replaced the batteries on my smoke alarms. I do that every every solstice I replace the batteries on my smoke alarm and make sure it's all up and running. I've got a little mini Roomba. I don't have a mini Roomba. There's no such thing as a mini Roomba. There's just a Roomba. So I've got a Roomba. So that's vacuuming taken care of. You know what? I've been thinking about the things that I've been lacking as far as Tethercat content, and one of the unfinished projects that I've had is that promotional video that I started working on, I guess, a couple months ago. I was thinking of getting back into finishing off that promo video. It's a video I started that said, "Hi, my name's Tethercat. I'm a VTuber, and this is the type of entertainment I provide." And then I show some clips. I started doing that and just never got back to it. So I should really do that. I should really get back into that advertising of self. I think I'm an okay streamer. I think I've got some humorous content here and there. I can't say I'm actively looking for numbers or actively looking for viewership or membership, but it's nice to have people checking me out and the compliment of, yeah, this is kind of a cool stream. I could see myself sticking around for this. But as always, the biggest obstacle is just me being old and not knowing how to do stuff. What do I know about video editing? What do I even know about VTubing, for that matter? I'm just doing the best I can. Whoa. I hate this level. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oof. Yes. Oh. Uh-huh. I'm also a barber. Use my jet flames to take a little off the top as I pass overhead by a pixel's width. Jeez. This game, I swear. I hate this game. I hate this game so much. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. There. Gentle, gentle. Gentle. The closest thing I come to a purr is a sigh of exasperation. Oh, that's not good. There we go. You're welcome. Oof. You know, it'd be easier for this guy to just rappel. Just throw a rope down one level than to risk getting into a car with me. Speaking of gas prices, am I right? Oh. Oh, I guess it's the top of the hour. I just heard the local religious bells ringing across the town. I guess all the parishioners are vacating their deity of choice. Whoa. You know, as an atheist, I don't really care much for religion, but I gotta admit, there is something to be said about dressing up on a Sunday morning. That sounds nice. Once again, I'm an atheist, and right now I'm wearing my pajamas. I'm all dressed up in my pajamas. I got a blanket on my lap. I'm wearing slippers. Got me some big-ass fuzzy slippers. And it's great. No need for a tuxedo. No need for a bowler hat. No fedora. Suppose I could wear a fedora. I own 2 fedoras. And I love wearing my fedora. But I never get a chance to wear my fedora. But I love wearing that thing. See, when you're really young, there's a stigma about wearing a fedora. But when you get to be old, you stop giving a shit about wearing anything. And you can get away with wearing it whatever you want. I love wearing my fedora. I've had people tell me I look really good wearing my fedora. I believe them. I rock that thing. Where's the... Oh, I am not going to make it to the fuel depot. Oh, that was close. Oh. Jeez. Trying to map out how to get from point A to point B without dying. Up. Yikes. Yeah, that ain't happening. You know what's funny about religion? And I'm not talking about religion, specifically religion. I'm talking about my headphones. Is that for a little while there, my headphones, which is a piece of plastic wrapped around a wire, big metallic little wire, that goes all the way up and transmits audio into my ears. For a little while there, this wire connected to an electrical appliance was actually transmitting radio frequency waves into sound. And I was listening to my headphones, and I could actually hear a radio broadcast. Do you think the radio broadcast was awesome? Do you think it was like rock music? Do you think it was alternative music? Do you think it was a great podcast? Nope. No, the broadcast was of a religious station out of Tennessee. Hey, we finished that level. I'm as surprised as you are, everybody. Did it with $240. World record. Hey. Yeah, no world record on that one. I'm just surprised we finished it. All right, let's go to expert. So yeah, anyway, I got this radio broadcast which occasionally clicks in and starts up. Oh. Oh. And occasionally I hear the sound of a furious preacher angry about the injustices that can only be solved by putting all of your money into a pocket of someone who talks to a spirit. It's just it. It's so aggravating. Of all the things that my stupid headphones... I should return my headphones. I'm sorry, I'm returning my headphones. They aren't playing classic rock. I need the ZZ Top headphones. Could you sell me some ZZ Top headphones, please? Oh, the guy couldn't have just scaled that wall. I hate that. I hate this game. Oh, jeez. Tearing the paint off my bumper with that one. I hate this game. Whoa. That was a very Keanu Reeves level of woe that I just gave there. Well. I'm not getting any Taxi Driver of the Year awards there now, am I? I came across an old photo of me back in 1990. And I was wearing a 9 Inch Nails t-shirt, which back then was just the letter N. And I had a huge flannel shirt that was wrapped around my waist. That was covering ripped jeans. Like my jeans were ripped in the knees. And I was wearing some Nike shoes. And I had a mullet with a rat tail, which was a hairstyle. It's like the most 90s photo you've ever seen. Oh shit, not this level. Yeah. Honestly, everyone, I think I'm done. I don't think I have it in me to play anymore. I think I'm gonna end the stream and go get some breakfast. Gonna make a double-decker peanut butter sandwich, maybe. I don't know. What do I know? All right, everyone, we're gonna call it. Thanks for showing up to the stream. Thanks for watching the if you're out and about today, always be kind to others. Grab your biking shorts with its hey ladies padded asses, and yeah. Other than that, take care and party on. Be excellent.
Greet underscore 1914 said see you later.
Absolutely. Catch you later, Greed. Have a good one.
Tethercat said thanks for watching. Tethercat said thanks for watching.